What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Spectators. My name is Julian. I'm here with you guys with Gerard and Brooklyn. It is episode 154, and we are cooking. What's going on, boys? How we living?
Coming off a dub, baby. I'm
Coming
hyped.
off a dub.
Trying to be 2-0 after today, baby.
Yeah, me and Gerard's teams have not played today, which is actually pretty wild. It's we both got Monday games and we're not against each other. Also, I lied. It's episode 155. If you guys are keeping up and you wanted to fact check me, that's crazy. But it's 155. And we have week 2 NFL action that is almost wrapped up. Again, we have 2 games tonight. We have Titans, Bills, and we have Eagles, Vikings. They gave us 3 really good primetime games this weekend, at least on paper. And the first one was amazing over there with the Chiefs and the Chargers. Shout out Justin Herbert playing through what had to be incredibly painful. Game 2 wasn't great with the Packers and Bears, but I don't think anybody expected otherwise. I'm excited for these Monday night games. It's a shame we're not talking about them, but that's just kind of the way of the road. Monday episodes, they get the best of you. But we're going to do our winners and losers. We're going to start with G because I don't know if G has ever done a winners and losers with us. So we're just going to get it rolling with my boy.
I'm gonna go with a loser.
Okay.
Ooh, start spicy off the rip.
We're starting off aggressive.
Yeah, because it didn't make no sense. The Ravens defense.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say the offense because Lamar and the offense did their thing, but you were up 28-7 going into the fourth quarter. You lose 42-38. You let 2 dudes go for short of 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, and like 10 receptions apiece. You let a lefty quarterback throw for almost 500 yards on you. You're a loser. You have that game won. You're supposed to be 2-0. I don't know what else to say. You suck. You don't suck, but you suck.
There's nothing worse. I've never seen anything as embarrassing as a fourth quarter giving up 28 points. How do you even do that? In the fourth? You didn't run out the clock at all? You just throw. Like, whoa.
And they were deep balls too.
You got
y'all
beat.
was losing it like that.
You got beat three possessions in a row on the same play.
And I want to give a lot of credit to the new coaching over in Miami. They decided, hey, we have Tua, right? I think Tua's a fine quarterback. I think he can make the capable throws. He doesn't have a great arm, but he doesn't have a bad arm. We give him a lot of credit, or we slander him a lot for having a bad arm. It's not that bad. He's just not Herbert. He's not Mahomes. He's not Josh Allen. That's not fair comparisons, right? He's a little shorter, and he's not like Kyler Murray speed. So he's Kyler Murray, but lefty and not fast. So we kind of give him a lot of flack. But he makes all the good throws. He's kind of like a slightly upgraded Mac Jones. And a lot of Mac Jones, or people might be think that's disrespectful. But I think Mac Jones is fine too. They're very fine quarterbacks.
Yeah,
and when you have guys like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddell, who are just faster than everybody else on the field at all times, they're just gonna be open. They have a creative offense, and bringing the 49ers offense to a team with better weapons is crazy.
And hey, shout out to his arm for going about 55, 60 yards through the air with those deep balls.
Yeah, so and I mean a lot of them were easy passes still because they were just
it's wide open. It's
I
can make that throw,
of course.
And if you're in the NFL, you should make that throw. But he did.
It was hilarious because I watched the first one and I was like, Tua could throw it that far?
Yeah.
I was like, what in the world, bro?
Yeah, it's crazy what some speed can do to you. And it's to the Ravens defense and the coaching staff, why not adjust? Why?
They didn't even need to adjust. They did well the first 3 quarters of the game is the crazy part. They held them to 14 points.
But then after that, adjust.
Yeah.
You get burnt the first time, whatever, it could be fluke. The second time, okay, maybe we should look at it. And then you get beat the third time, and then you get beat with 14 seconds left.
Brutal.
Terrible. Loser.
Loser. No, that's a big loser this week too. And I'm going to bounce right off of that, and I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns. Shout out to Brooke. Jets get their big dub. The Jets are 1-1. They haven't looked horrible. Joe Flacco's second in the league, or third in the league in passing yards. Joe Flacco in 2022, pretty cool. Garrett Wilson, by the way, is an absolute dog on a field where you have Nick Chubb. He was the best player on the field this entire game,
and he was on my bench.
Oh, that's unlucky. That's bad managing. You were Browns manager this week. In fact, that's what's crazy. There was 1:50 left, and the Browns were up 2 scores. They gave up a touchdown. It was a bomb to Corey Davis, right? Corey Davis.
Yeah.
That happens. Yeah, he was wide open. Like, no, he walked in. And you're like, okay, we're still up a score. Fine.
It was cool.
Give up an onside kick. They get the onside kick. That happens. It's unlucky. Onside kicks honestly are a coin flip, but it's not like a coin. It's like more like a dice roll, and you're like 1 in 18 chance, right? Like to get an onside kick. So that happens. Jets get it. Okay, let's lock down because we still win this game if we don't give up a touchdown.
What do you do?
The Jets charge down the field with Joe Flacco. They can't run the ball. They have 1 timeout. Garrett Wilson just absolutely dominated this game when it mattered. And it was really cool to see a second-year guy do that. I know did you guys see the play where he scored a touchdown, went to the fans, did the Ohio, was like yelling at the fans? I'm like
he's a rookie.
Yeah, he's a rookie.
You said second year.
I said it. Yeah, my bad. Rookie. He's a dog.
What, 8 catches, 102 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. They were all just like game-changing catches too. It was nice.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy how efficient we looked too on those drives. Like Flacco looked comfortable. It was just
Super Bowl
wild.
Flacco is back.
Hey,
is he elite? Can we bring these questions back?
No,
hey, if Flacco could be
him
out here balling and like sideline Zach a little more just so he could fully heal up, that's wild.
Yeah, and I mean, we're saying Joe Flacco was good. I mean, he wasn't. He threw a lot of yards, but like, you know, 65 QBR is not like ideal. He wasn't very efficient for most of the game. It was like just a hair over 50%.
Just when it matters, baby.
But when it matters, and that's like where the veteran kind of experience comes in. You know, you go into Cleveland, you get a win. Nobody expected. I think everybody and their mom expected the Jets to go 0-4, and the fact that they're not going to be 0-4 is impressive. So, Browns loser. Jets de facto winner, but more so of a Browns loser.
So I don't really know where to put this one. I don't know if I call winners or I call losers, but we're going to do both. Losers for teams who cannot hold leads, and then winners, teams that are making wild comebacks. We had 3 crazy ones, piggybacking off of both of yours. The Jets, 17-30 with 1:33 seconds left in the game. They end up winning 31-30. Dolphins, 35-14, 15 minutes left in the fourth. They end up winning 42-38. And then the Cardinals, 20-0 with 8:24 left in the third. They end up going to OT. Did you guys see the wild 2-point conversion?
Dude, it went on for like a minute.
Yeah.
Like legitimate.
Bro, he ran like a total of 82 yards to get 2 yards. And it was wild. And they end up winning 29-23 in OT.
Yeah.
That game was nuts.
That game was nuts, and Kyler won on a Call of Duty beta weekend, and that's just insane.
Like it wasn't the official release. If it was the official release, that wasn't happening.
No, I told you Kyler about to throw so he could get back home and play the game, which we were doing. It was a lot of fun.
He had a little bit of
shout out
dog.
COD. Might be a good game this year. So shout out.
Who's to say? It was a little.
We had fun.
It was fun yesterday.
We had fun.
We'll see if day 2 treats us the same.
We about to play right after this.
Honestly. I want to hop back in real quick and say another loser.
Okay.
The Bengals offense.
Oh, it's so bad.
The Bengals offense is flat out bad right now. They scored a lot of points against the Steelers, or not even a lot of points, but like they scored a lot towards the end of the game over there. But obviously all the turnovers and all that. Turnovers still continue this week. Joe Burrow doesn't look comfortable. It's crazy. What does every good team ever have? They have a good D-line.
Offensive line.
They have a good quarterback, good enough quarterback, and they have a good O-line. Now,
Yeah.
you want to tell me why the Bengals refuse to make their O-line better? Because it doesn't make sense.
They
haven't.
did.
They did.
They signed like 3 dudes.
That's crazy because it didn't work. 'Cause it didn't-
That's a
work.
wild thing.
Because
That's
it didn't
a
work.
wild thing.
But they tried. Like they legit went
See,
out
but
there
like
and tried.
they tried, and we can go back to last year even. I mean, drafting Jamar Chase was not a mistake. Jamar Chase is amazing. They went to a Super Bowl with him. Joe Burrow on that whole Super Bowl run got beat up. Absolutely beat up. In that Super Bowl, got beat up. First 2 weeks of this year, got beat up. Wouldn't it be incredibly nice to have Penei Sewell guarding him, who, by the way, is the main anchor on the Detroit Lions O-line, who might have the best O-line in football now. The Detroit Lions, yes, they have the best something in football, potentially. Crazy.
3 for sure.
And so you have, all of a sudden, that one guy changes the Lions O-line, and the Bengals are still having these issues. And the issue here with the Bengals, I don't remember the stat, but I think it's 34 teams of the last 480 that started 0-2 have made the playoffs. So week 2 is like almost the biggest week of the year, because if you start 0-2, it is essentially a death sentence, because it doesn't happen very often where you make the playoffs. If there's any team that will do it, it's the Bengals, and I think they'll figure it out at some point. But Joe has not looked very impressive at all.
Joe don't look shiesty.
At all.
Nah, I saw
you said what you
you,
said. It's probably the same thing. It's probably the same thing.
I saw a wild stat that was like Joe Burrow got sacked about 50-something times last year. I think about 52. They retooled the O-line the offseason. They come into this year. Joe Burrow is on pace to get sacked 111 times.
13 sacks in 2 games.
111 times. You're on pace.
13. He's got hit. It only takes one. Like, he's getting abused.
And this is a quarterback that's been injured in his career too. One of these sacks is gonna hurt him.
Yeah, he tore his ACL from getting sacked.
And then when the Bengals lose Joe, which again he hasn't been great to begin with this year anyway, but that's part.
But you don't want to lose him though.
But that's the crazy part.
Because you still want bad Burrow over good whoever their backup is.
Joe literally tore his ACL from getting sacked. And you know what they do in the draft with their first pick? They draft a wide receiver.
And that's why I'm mad about it. I think Jamar's amazing. It still made no sense. A full year later, a Super Bowl later, it makes no sense long term. It never did.
At the end of the day, you didn't win a Super Bowl, and now you're down. Now you're 0-2, and your quarterback's been sacked 13 times.
Yeah. The only issue is if you don't take Jamar, that's a generational talent right there. So it's like
and like
but those happen.
It's really, I feel it, but it's really tough.
But you also had a generation. You always not a generational talent, but you had what? T. Higgins
is already there.
That was your first overall pick last year.
Yeah, and I mean, like, think about all the really good guys that turned out to be fantastic, right? Amon-Ra St. Brown, I'm not convinced isn't better than Jamar Chase right now as a football player. Maybe not as like a route runner or everything like that, but like in the limited sample size we've seen, they're like both really good. He was the best wide receiver for the last 6 weeks last year,
and he started out hot.
You know what I'm saying? So like what round was he picked in? The second or third? I don't fully remember.
Something crazy. But he's been
those are positions you can fill later. I don't want to rant too much about the Bengals, but like starting out 0-2 is not good. I'm sorry if I got the numbers wrong, but it's something along the lines of 30 something in the last 400 over the last few years that have made the playoffs. And that's just not a good stat.
No, that's insane.
Hate to see it.
But
so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bring some light to a situation. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and give a winner. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars. The past 6 games, the Colts have gone into Duval. The Jags have won.
Crazy.
And this time, the Colts, in my opinion, are a better team this year than they are last year. They got skunked. 24-0. 24-0. They kept Jonathan Taylor to what? 54 yards rushing, which I don't think he's done.
I think he had 9 touches, right?
9 touches because they were so behind they couldn't handle the ball off.
Which elite 9 touches, 54 yards. That's my RB1, but
that's great,
that's my RB1. But sheesh.
Running wise, it's great, but you lose Michael Pittman for the week, and I didn't think it was going to make that much of a difference. But outside of Michael Pittman, there is no target. Like Matt Ryan has
Nobody.
no one to throw to,
Literally nobody.
and it showed. So if for any reason Michael Pittman goes down again in the season or he's missing more time, I don't know. Like the Colts were my pick to win their division, but they are. Oh, they tied, so they're 0-1-1. So I guess juice stats go out the window for the Colts on that one. But
Shout out, yeah.
like the Jags, like Trevor Lawrence, 236, 2 touchdowns. James Robinson looked good. Christian Kirk, you paid him all that money. He went 6 catches, 78 yards for 2 touchdowns. Like Peterson is doing something out there. I'm not saying they're gonna go crazy, but Jags are the best team in their division right now.
I hated that.
And
Yeah, had to let it marinate for a minute.
Well, okay, let's be very realistic here, right? If the Titans go and they beat the Bills today, I don't think they will, but the Titans are a good team and they kind of give the Bills fits over the last couple of years, right?
Yeah.
If they do that, which is very possible, King Henry could run for 280 tonight, and we'd be like, yeah, you know what? Fair enough.
Rushed for 180 last time.
That's what I'm saying. Like he could do that, and they could win this game, and it'll be like, yeah, okay, makes sense. They're the best team. They still are. I don't care how bad they lost they're losing to the Giants. I don't care. They're still the best team in this division.
I meant like record wise, like obviously, like like record wise. I never thought I'd say I'd be like week 1 if they're the best team, whatever. You know, it's week 1. Who cares? 2 weeks in and you're still the best team is
semi impressive because even
pretty
after
impressive.
week 2, it starts to.
And they low key should be 2-0, but they blew it. They blew it.
Hey, they blew it. Yeah, they really did. I got the stat for you. So since 1970, 38 of the 400 teams to start 0-2 have made the playoffs. It's a very big sample size. Not good. Less than 10%. So there it is.
Did any of them win a Super Bowl?
Maybe the Patriots, I would say, if that was any of them, because I know Tom Brady was like
That's
they were 0-3 like in 2017, I think, or 26, like something crazy.
Really interesting one.
Well, you look up that. I'll give a loser. Unfortunately, Trey Lance and the 49ers. That is really tough that he goes down with a season-ending broken ankle. He had surgery on it. Surgery went well. But the fact that they lose him for the whole season now, young dude, had a chance to lead the 49ers, be their guy, and
Third
then
overall pick gone for the season.
gone for the season.
It's 2 years of
You end up with Jimmy again. Jimmy just somehow keeps on getting put into the mix where like they want to get put him to the side and just gets
Jimmy's
put back.
He's gonna manage the crap out them games. I'll tell you that right now. He's finna manage them games and get them to the playoffs because like.
And you know what? Good that roster is too talented not to. So
No,
it makes sense.
but super big blow for them.
And they lost Elijah Mitchell for 8 weeks too, so that hurts.
Yeah, I mean, I'm never worried about them losing a running back because they literally. There's something in the water in San Francisco where if you like become a running back, you just get hurt.
If you're running back one year, the next year you will not be running back one.
You will not be running back one on any team. It's
Yeah,
I don't know how it works. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Every year though.
Fresh legs, I guess.
I guess, man. Shout out. They had Frank Gore for a decade and a half, and they're like, you know what? We never want to do that again.
And Shanahan comes in, he's like, you know what? We're done.
Yeah, well, we're done.
We're done.
We're done. Yeah. I got a winner. There's not a whole lot of them this week. A lot of really ugly losses, like the Patriots Steelers. The Patriots won, but did they really? No. The Giants Panthers. Giants won. Did they really? No. They're 2-0. I don't care.
Shout out Saquon.
Shout out to the Giants. Saquon wasn't even good this week. Daniel Jones is the worst starting quarterback in football. So he's my loser. He's the worst starting quarterback in football. And the Giants, who have spent a first-round pick on Tony, a first draft pick in Daniel Jones, and gave Kenny Galladay a lot of money, have the worst passing offense in the league. I don't care about stats. I don't care. Look at the game. They're the worst passing offense in the football.
Apparently, I got to put my sling on. My arm's starting to hurt. But it looks like Galladay cleaned out his locker, too, which is crazy.
Yeah, he packed his bags, and I guess he's gone.
He said, I'm out. And I'm like,
They
brother,
throw the ball. He's like, you know what? I'm gone.
you're not – I mean, you were good with Matt Stafford, but you're not good enough to get the ball thrown to you, bro.
Yeah.
You should have saw the drills in, like, training camp. I was like, ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
Gross. But my winner for the week, because I didn't say, well, I just kind of roasted some teams, is the Detroit Lions. So I mentioned them earlier, having one of the better O lines in the league so far this year. Week 1, Lions, 35 points. Week 2, Lions, 36 points. Jared Goff doesn't look horrible. I mean, he doesn't look good either, but he doesn't look horrible. DeAndre Swift is making stuff happen.
And Jamal Williams.
Jamal Williams is a dog in the red zone. My goodness. I mean, he was always a big dude, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Jeff Okuda on defense is looking really good. Aiden Hutchinson's looking really good.
Aiden
Hutchinson's insane. Yeah.
3 sacks in the first
He had a safety.
Amazing pickup for them.
Like, he's been fantastic. And you know what? I don't think the Lions are all that good yet either. They're 1-1. They'll be better. I think we all said they'll probably win 6 games or so this year, which if they do that, I think that's a great year. They can get one more year to draft to get another crop of young talent, because clearly their drafts have been working out the last 4 years. They're fun, man. They have a core. This is the first time ever. I mean, even with Calvin and Stafford, like that, you can look at a Lions team and say there's talent at this, and this position. It's usually 2 or 3, and now there's about 6 to 8.
Mm-hmm.
So they're my winners so far. Again, 1-1. Not gonna overreact. They beat not a great team in the football team, or the Commanders, or the Wentz show, or the whatever the hell they are.
You said wait till you get to Minnesota.
It's next week.
Oh, is it?
That's not going to be fun. That's not going to be fun. I'll tell you that.
That'll be the test right there.
Yeah, and that'll be a good test. Then they have a really soft part of their schedule. They have the Vikings at Minnesota. That'll be a tough game. I don't expect them to win it, but I don't think it's like the biggest thing in the world if they did win it. Then they have Seattle, the Patriots, the Cowboys. That's 3 wins. If you go 3-1 in that stretch, we can talk.
You're 4-2.
We can talk. We can talk about some stuff. And your 2 losses would be to the Eagles and the Vikings, who should win their divisions. Not bad.
And then you got to come home for Thanksgiving. Yeah, I mean, not come home. We go up there for Thanksgiving, so then you got to deal with us.
Yeah,
unfortunate.
Their schedule is really easy though. I'm looking at the whole thing. Their toughest games are us, you guys, and the Dolphins. Outside of that, and then like the Packers, but like they don't have any hard out of conference games beside you.
Well, you guys twice though, and the Packers twice. So
yeah, but that's every year. But like it is what it is. But,
yeah, that's always tough.
So yeah, they're my winner.
Like I said, there wasn't that many winners this week.
I mean, it was a bad week. The teams looked still sloppy. Like the preseason not having it and not playing, like still showed like very much so.
I will say shout out to the Packers. They got back to doing what they normally do, which is run the freaking football. I don't know why they ever try to switch up. Aaron Jones went stupid.
Who would have thought?
And I said he was going to be terrible this year on TikTok. So
you got roasted on there too. I saw.
Yeah, I did. I'm going to get roasted when I post the reaction, because that was the only one I got wrong though. So money.
Hey. High percentages, baby.
At Spectators Media, by the way.
Yeah, on TikTok. Go check us out. G's putting a lot of fantasy content over there. Which, speaking of which, G, it's that time of the week. The fantasy week is about over. We still got these 2 games left. But if you're not winning, you suck. So take us to the corner, my bro.
And I'm really going to go into tight end. So people I'm looking pick up on waivers for the next couple of weeks. Like I said, Carson Wentz, if you're looking for a quarterback, you need a quarterback. Carson Wentz is garbage time, because first half of the game, they're always pretty bad. So it's always good to have that quarterback that can get the points, because in fantasy, it doesn't matter what time you do the game, you get the points. If you get the points, you get the points. Running backs I'm looking at, Tyrion Davis-Price, he's the number 2 running back for the San Francisco 49ers, clear cut behind Jeff Wilson. So if something were to go wrong with him, definitely looking to add him up for the rest of the season. Wide receivers, it might be too late. If you have Gabe Davis and you're looking for someone to pick up because Gabe is not playing today, look up Isaiah McKenzie. He's the Bills' number 3 receiver, and he'll be number 2 tonight, probably ahead of Jamison Crowder. So definitely a good pickup right there. And Noah Brown for the Dallas Cowboys, him and Cooper Rush seem to have a really good connection. Noah Brown ended up with only had 8 points, but I heard his name a lot during the game, so it's definitely someone you should want to look at too, just for future reference. Gallup's coming back next week, possibly, so we'll see what's up with that. But yeah, bro, Appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure y'all tune in tonight. Bills, Titans, Vikings, Eagles. Let's go Bills. Let's go Vikings. Shout out the Jets. Fantasy Corner. Love y'all.
Yeah, dude. And tonight's game will have a lot of good guys too. Stephon Diggs, Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook. They're all in the mix. Derrick Henry.
A lot of games will be coming down to the wire tonight for your fantasy, like all 4 of mine.
Yeah, I mean, all 4 of these quarterbacks should be starting in leagues somewhere. So you got 4 starting QBs. You got probably 5 or 6 starting wide receivers and 3 running backs or so, give or take.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be starting a Bills running back right now, but like if you need to, do it.
If you have, I'm starting.
If you have to, do it.
I ain't got a choice. I ain't got a choice.
Not the ideal situation, but it do be what it do be sometimes. Yeah, and then any other football stuff before we finish our little around the world kind of touching base with the sports stuff.
Nothing really crazy stood out today. Willie Gay for the Chiefs got suspended for 4 games, the linebacker. So
Mike Evans got suspended for 1.
Okay.
Yeah, well, he lit the dude up.
Yeah, the Mike Evans thing.
as he should.
Yeah, the Mike Evans thing is pretty funny. The interview after too, he's like, "It's Tom Brady. What am I supposed to do?" And it's like,
yeah.
And he did that for Jameis. You got to do it for Tom Brady.
Oh, absolutely.
What Mike Evans? What 6'4", getting hit like
he
that?
He also
bro.
hates Lattimore, so it makes sense. They like actually have beef.
Hate each other. They fight every game.
Every year.
Every year. Love it though. I love it.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's a good time.
I got a quirky little nugget that
like
that
nuggets.
happened.
Okay, Denver.
Shout out.
Yesterday was the first time since September 27th, 2009, that the Jets, the Giants, the Mets, and the Yankees all won in the same day. 2009. It's crazy.
I don't know if I want to be like excited or like just depressed. Like that was.
I mean, that's how bad the Giants and Jets have been.
Yeah, it's definitely depressed.
Because the Mets and the Yankees have been good a couple different times during that span.
Yeah,
so that's definitely a football.
No.
That's tough.
So shout out to New York. They get to ride high for this.
Buffalo's gonna try to close it out for New York. I mean, we're not like New York, but we still rep the state. We still rep the state.
It's claimed a little bit.
Yeah, no one. They don't claim us, dude. What are you talking about? I'm like, oh, like where you're from? New York, are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm from Buffalo. Oh, you're Canada. I'm like,
shut up.
Canada.
How dare you?
I mean, yeah, can I see Canada from my backyard? Of course I can. But like, that don't mean I'm not New York. Come on, bro.
Come on, bro. Give me some respect.
That's probably the best team in New York.
That's crazy. Yeah, Yankees and Mets died. It's wild.
Right.
I mean,
speaking of Yankees, I mentioned last week that Judge has a chance to compete for the Triple Crown, and he was .011 at the time.
He was 11 points away.
It was .001 now.
He's tied.
Tied. So I'm just saying, it's Triple Crown watch.
It's officially. Last week we were looking at you. We were saying, "Hey, man,
it could happen."
And now we are officially
on Triple Crown watch. He's 2 away from 61 to tie the record for Maris. So we're run record watch. We're on MVP watch for him and Ohtani. So I mean,
hey, also, next week
Albert Pujols 2 away from 700.
2 away from 700. It's crazy that in the same season we have like 2 major home run records being fought for. So that's awesome.
And Albert Pujols is old,
cranking hurt, bro.
And
he's having a great second half too. They're
not even wall scrapers. He's like
he's out of his
bombing
mind
the ball.
Yeah,
no, like second decking these balls.
He's using that old man strength to the fullest right now.
Yeah, he's out of his mind at the moment, which is sick.
I really hope he gets that 700, bro.
I do too.
Like, that's gonna be so sick.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people he's been in the league so long that it's kind of easy to forget. Like, when a guy is around too long and he starts to be bad, you forget how great he was. Albert's just one of the best players to ever play the game, and it's a little easy to overlook it just with how bad
it's crazy because I think like while he was with the Dodgers, what was it, 2 years ago?
It was last year.
Yeah,
last year. I looked at the number and I was like, damn, he like has a chance if he goes crazy to get to 700. I think he was at
He
like
heard you.
I think it was like
660 something or somewhere around there. And he's doing it
Mm.
to be 2 away now.
And he's not even
It's just
playing every
wild.
game.
no,
he's
he
not
doesn't play most games. In fact, because the Cardinals
Yeah.
are in first, like they're in a pennant race. Like they want to win as much as they'd love Pujols to get that. If they're facing a righty every single day for the next from here until the end of the season, he's probably not going to hit.
Yeah.
Bro, somebody has to just throw and just
Somebody
put
go to the
two-
Phantom IL.
Yeah.
put 2 right over the plate, bro.
Yeah.
Just-
We got
Yeah, so.
16
In a
I would say like
blowout, pinch hit him.
Yeah, I would say like 14 to 16 games left. I don't know what their schedule is looking like. But 14 to 16 games left. He just needs 2.
Oh, it almost is October. I just looked at my calendar.
Yeah, so
that-
we have like a little over 2 weeks left.
So in theory, we'll say about maybe 20 at bats for Pujols.
Yeah.
I would hope.
I'm
He can
hoping he
get-
gets closer to 30 at bats. I don't think he'll get 30 at bats, but I'm
I
really
don't
hoping he
either.
will. I don't think he will.
He's hitting like he's hitting now. He can crank 2 and 20.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He should. I mean, that's like easily the pace he's on right now. He's out of
Yeah.
his mind. Like he's been crazy since the second half. So, yeah, the Pujols
But-
watch is going to be really cool.
We got to make transitions or like sound effects for like Pujols watch and Triple Crown watch for the next week's episode. We
Yeah,
got to
I
figure.
I got you. I got you.
Hopefully they both hit it by then. Because I
Yeah,
need just
hopefully it's not a
72.
watch. I just want it done. I don't want to think about it anymore. I want it to be out there and I want to enjoy the rest of their time.
Yeah.
You know, the
Also,
judge will have to watch till the end of the season. That's gonna come down to the last day.
Last game of the season, Judge is batting average. What is that? Is that like the last thing he's tied for?
Yeah, it's batting average. He's
That's
well
the
ahead.
only thing he needs.
He's well
he's
ahead in
tied.
home runs. He's well ahead in RBIs. It's just average.
Tied. Aaron Judge is tied. Last at bat of the season,
Gets hit, takes the cake.
cranks a homer.
Some
Just-
some
that,
Jeter
gives,
type.
that gives him 74 home runs.
And then Pujols last game of the season, 699. Cardinals down 1. I mean, no, we'll say down 3. Bases loaded. Pujols up to bat.
Do the Cardinals play the
On.
I want to know if the Cardinals play the Cubs. I really want them to do it against the Cubs. They hate each other. That'll be fun.
While you look that up, it will be a crazy scenario, like the classic baseball scenario. Bottom of the ninth, you're losing by 2-3, bases loaded, come up to the plate. Pujols is there. He's at 699, got a chance for the record, wins the game, gets the record, last regular season game ever.
Insane.
That's
Now,
movie
I
stuff.
will say also, we're kind of worried about Pujols making it. The Cardinals are going to the playoffs. So they have
Yeah.
2 extra games because they're not going to be the 1 or the 2 seed, I don't think. So they have 2 extra games at minimum. 3, maybe, if they win that
Hopefully
series.
count as regular season though, right?
It's just home runs accumulation.
Playoffs count.
I don't see why they wouldn't.
I don't
It's
think
just
they
career
do.
home runs. It's not a regular season of like stat. It's just career.
One
Yeah, it's just
double check
career.
that.
That's part of why he has so many. He's been in the playoffs so many damn times.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah. I don't think it counts, or I don't think it doesn't count playoffs. It would be weird if it didn't. So we just have you hit 800 home runs, but like 100 of them
This
don't
is
count.
this is a very search thing because I typed in do playoff home runs and it just finished.
Yeah.
Postseason achievements are not counted by MLB and players' career statistics. So they don't count.
Weird. Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't
most
believe
sports
that,
don't.
truly.
Most sports don't count though.
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
If it did, LeBron would have been number 1 18 years ago.
Yeah, he would have
Yeah.
been number 1 scoring just a decade ago. Yeah, that makes sense. Fair enough. Yeah, he went to the finals every year for like 8 years. Of course, he's gonna be number 1 in points, right? Okay, fair enough. Also, big shout out to the Aces WNBA. Omar was there. Apparently, he didn't tell us. We get a notification. We get a notification that the spectators go live on Instagram. We're like, okay.
Really?
Click it. We click it. This man's at the WNBA finals. We're like, what?
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
So shout out to the Aces.
Omar said real G's move in silence like lasagna, and I
Yeah,
said I
bro,
felt
he
that.
took that way too deep.
Bro, I was like, who's at this game right now?
I mean, there was only one person that could beat.
I feel
I'll
it.
tell you
but,
right
like,
now, it wasn't Hondro.
I
I know that for a
don't,
fact.
I don't know if Hondro can name like 3 WNBA teams.
Not a chance. Not even like teams. Yeah, nah, couldn't do it.
Yeah, no shot.
No shot. That would be a fun thing. We need to make like whenever we're all together, whenever that might be.
But which is never.
Which is never. But whenever we're all together, we need to make like those TikToks where it's just like me coming up to you guys, most overrated player ever. Name 3 WNBA teams. You know, that type of stuff. You got a little timer. Can't get it. Next guy. Loser. What a loser.
Bozo.
Bozo. Big bozo. But I think that's all we got for you guys this week. Make sure you follow us at Spectators Media on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Check out all of our content on there. We got great stuff coming out for you guys. Check us out on YouTube. If you're not already watching this on YouTube, Spectators Media is over there. We had a lot of videos coming out recently. We had a Vikings hype tape. We had a baseball hype tape. We had Judge's home runs. We'll probably have Judge's home runs updated if he breaks the record. We got some cool stuff over there, and then you can check all of our episodes as well and see our beautiful, beautiful faces. Thank you everybody
Miami
for
vlog.
watching.
Yeah, Miami vlog.
Ooh,
Peace.
and yeah, Gerard's going to Miami for some games. He got a vlog coming. So we got some IRL content for you guys. It's a good mix. Make sure you check all that out. And we'll be back next Monday, everybody. Peace.